Welcome back. Now, small craft beer brewers say they will not survive if the alcohol ban is extended beyond mid-January. They are calling on President Cyril Ramaphosa to lift the ban. Government banned the sale of alcohol to ease pressure on the healthcare system. So let's discuss this now with Nick Smith from the Brewers Association of South Africa. Mr. Smith, good to have you and good morning to you. You are raising concerns that, the level 3 lockdown regulation, that alcohol be banned at least until the 15th is just too much for the industry to bear. Tell us some of your concerns with this.
So the small craft brewers industry, it's a very difficult business for us. We work in very small margins, yet we're one of the largest job-generating categories in all alcohol. And so the first two bans were completely devastating to these small businesses. Most of these businesses have a very personal relationship with their employees, and so they always put their employees' needs first, trying to keep everyone on payroll. But despite that, 30% of craft brewers through the two previous bans were forced to close their doors. And those businesses are gone. 70% of these businesses were forced to lay off staff. And so for an extended third ban, it's going to be completely devastating to our industry. There's really nothing precedented like it as what we're facing.
Right. Have you reached out to government? And if so, have they responded to you?
Yeah, so we've been in some discussions with them through the Beer Association on, the difficulties that we're facing. Most of the small brewers have been unable to get small business loans from the Solidarity Fund, and what it seems like is that really we're applying one size fits all toward everything, and it's putting an extended and extensive burden on these small businesses because we can't afford like large multinationals to keep going and going and going. So it's been very difficult for our industry.
Right. So I mean, in-house and even bought alcohol, craft beer in this instance has been banned. And the government has made it clear that it's because they want to alleviate some of the pressure from the healthcare system. What are you proposing? What are you putting on the table here for government to consider?
So what we're proposing is to lift the ban on total prohibition on the 16th so that we can continue to, make some income through, say, click and collect, online sales, off-consumption sales to keep our employees fed, to keep people paying their school fees, to keep our community alive and, surviving. I think now with the prohibition, the whole industry has been working collectively with government on a social compact on how we address social harm related to alcohol. How can we provide support toward the pandemic crisis? The first two bans, the whole industry, government lost almost 8 billion rand worth of revenue from taxes from our industry. This money could be applied towards solving the problem. So in general, I think it's better for us to work together and not say that, by banning alcohol, we're promoting, COVID safety, but, we're getting hurt in so many other ways. So how can we try to work together to come up to a good solution?
Right. And I think, the support that you talk about, which is an important point, needs to go beyond just, finances, even though it plays an important role in livelihoods and within the economy. And I suppose my question to you is, have you been doing your part as the Craft Brewers Association in raising awareness and as far as responsible drinking is concerned? Because constantly we hear from government, they're mentioning that the trauma cases they see in hospitals, some of them are due to, alcohol abuse, which then, puts healthcare, workers in a ditch because they have to care for COVID-19 patients and then for, trauma patients.
Yeah, absolutely. No, there's we're not trying to sit here and say that there aren't problems. I think what we're trying to say is, how can we work on these problems together? There's more taverns in this country than there are post offices. Our industry has a wide, extensive reach throughout all communities. So if we want to see behavior change in problem areas, let us be part of the solution. Let us work together and identify the root cause of some of these big problems and work together.
All right, Nick Smith, thank you so much for talking to me this morning.